anyone remember what the last thing that we did was? Because I checked the chat logs. The last time we played this campaign was last July.
Yeah,
It's
so
been too long. Yeah.
Here's
So
what I
what
fucking remember. I remember that some motherfucker decided to put some kind of tracking device in my goddamn arm, and they gonna pay dearly for that.
Yes.
That's what I fucking remember.
I think the last thing that happened in the last session was Vincent taking out the kill switch on his new robot arm, leaving in the tracker. Because it was one or the other.
Yeah, that seems like a good choice.
Listen, the kill switch only matters once. The tracker's going to be a problem for a while.
Right, but there was given my history was dying.
Yeah.
I'm not a man with good karma.
Right. Yeah, so y'all decided you wanted to buy the Fun Kui shipyard. In order to build up defenses
yeah.
against the behemoth.
An entire shipyard.
Yes.
I forgot about that. But yeah, that was the thing.
Yes, you wanted to buy a shipyard, and then I spent a while coming up with who you need to talk to do that.
Okay. Do you have shipyard stats for us?
The shipyard has stats. It's in the rule book somewhere. Yeah, it's a large station.
I came here to lead, not to read.
That's a good quote.
What is that from? I know I've heard it.
Simpsons.
That's from the Simpsons movie.
Oh,
I thought that was from fucking Futurama.
No,
No, that's
because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Because he's the president.
He's the president, yeah.
Hold on. Tangent. How the fuck is he the president? The president has to be
An American citizen.
an American citizen
He
at birth.
he was a governor.
No, but yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor, but he wasn't the president. But in The Simpsons, he was the president. Or the
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger equivalent.
Given the current direction of our like country, and considering that film was set in an era in which everyone had to be quarantined under a giant bubble, I'm gonna go ahead and say that a future in which America's presidents are sometimes foreigners might not be as far away as you think, and we should be.
Ted Cruz might be
it already
president,
happened.
and he
No, it already happened.
No, because the Kenyans.
No, because Trump. Like,
Fair enough.
because he's a puppet to Putin.
Oh, I thought it was because he's an extraterrestrial because he's orange.
Oh no.
That's also good. I do like
No, he's solidly. You can tell he's human. Like, yeah.
Unfortunately.
So, a bit about the weird thing about The Simpsons. One of the things that just completely takes me out of the fiction, the EPA can do stuff?
That's funny.
Also, fun fact, town next to mine, Springfield, Vermont, actually won for the Simpsons movie promotion the title of Springfield of the Simpsons.
Okay.
There is a whole statue and everything that's still in town about it.
Cool.
I feel like that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
There was
that
a big
town
promotion. There was a parade. And the authors later went back and was like, "Oh no, it's actually Springfield, Illinois." But everyone from Springfield, Vermont knows that's bullshit.
I mean,
You know what?
I just knew it wasn't in Texas and it wasn't in North Dakota because they
Your
specifically
grasp of
visited.
time and geography is scary to me, Eric, because apparently things are either in North Dakota, in Texas,
They
or in a
specifically
base
had
somewhere.
episodes where they crossed state lines into North Dakota and Texas.
And apparently it's Also, yesterday, 100 years ago, or 1,000 years
It
ago.
feels that way. There comes like things meld into each other. Dates get wonky. Obviously, I know the order of certain things. Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, and then bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
You're
Those two
technically
things
not
happened
wrong.
in order.
Leave Eric alone. He remembers the narrative. He doesn't necessarily remember the details.
The specific
He's a little
details are
confused,
irrelevant.
but
I
he's
know
not
the
here.
general idea of overall world history. I don't know literary history, so I don't remember if Shelley was born 60 years before H.G. Wells. But I do know Shelley came before H.G. Wells.
Fuck yeah.
Shelley was badass. She lost her virginity on her mother's grave.
And also literally wrote the first science fiction. I don't think we appreciate that enough.
We don't.
That's not like we group that up in horror. That is science fiction. She wrote science fiction. She made science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but
I
like,
mean-
how
and
do
then-
you just
and
know
then
the
Lucy
fact
Liu-
about her on her mother's grave? Because like,
What?
what?
That's super famous about that. She had a three-way with her mom after death.
I mean, I will say that there are earlier examples of science fiction, but that's besides the point.
Name one.
Gulliver's Travels.
That's not science fiction. That's still fantasy. This is science. We say science fiction from Mary Shelley because it was literally based on actual scientific articles that were coming out at the time. Like it was
Yeah.
based on resurrection science that was happening in front of her.
Gulliver's
Ooh.
Travels is fantasy.
Did you know
Um,
that at one point, cryostasis and resurrection were considered possible because they did it with hamsters?
they are still technically possible.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
they got
Yeah.
close. Like they killed hamsters by freezing them, and then they
I mean, there used to be
microwaved them,
cryo-
and they became back to life. They were like full dead, no brain activity. They microwaved them. Hamsters have the perfect body size for microwaves to start them back up.
That's
Then they
A
tried it with
terrible
rats,
fucking
didn't
error.
work. And that's actually why the tabletop microwave was invented. Because beforehand, it used to be an industrial-sized microwave that only large kitchens would have. And they had to shrink it down specifically for the hamsters.
I feel
This
like
sounds fake. I understand this sounds fake. This is
cannot be
100%
the
true.
My microwave, Eric. This cannot be where this comes from. That's too much for the human
I am
spirit.
looking this up
So
right now.
the
because
first
I do not
microwaves
believe-
that were used in kitchens were big, not, microwave
What does that
sized.
say about the fact that microwaves are perfect for cooking potatoes? Is the potato and the hamster the equivalent density and water mass?
Pretty similar.
Jesus.
But,
That's nuts, dude.
they couldn't
That's
get it to work
No,
on
it
rats.
was made in the 60s.
Yeah. Listen,
That is wild.
I do know that this
No,
is true. I don't know the exact
don't.
timeline, but I do know
I don't.
first microwaves were invented with the famous chocolate bar in the melted chocolate bar incident. A guy had a chocolate bar in his pants, was sitting just close enough to a device that was giving off microwaves that it melted in his pocket faster than it should have.
And probably gave him like cancer.
Yeah. And then he realized, oh, we can use this to heat food. And so they started using it to heat food. Eventually, someone working on that project got brought in to the hamster resurrection project, which they were just using like hot irons to melt the hamsters and electric
Fuck.
shocks.
Fuck.
Yeah, it had like a 10% success rate, but all of them were horribly burned and scarred. So they were like, this isn't, consistent enough for us to actually try on a larger animal. And so this guy was like, well, why don't you use microwaves to heat them up? And then they did that, and they had like an 80% success rate.
Eric, my guy, is, I microwaves are useful. I hate how they were born, apparently, because the story you just told me is the most insane fucking shit I think I've ever heard about an individual. I don't like the guy who made microwaves, because that is a motherfucker who saw that happen, and it is so in his own fucking head, he thought, oh, using this fucking shit is gonna be good for cooking food better than the good things we already have to cook food. What a lazy fuck. What a wildly lazy fuck. There's nothing about a microwave that is as good for food as it is for thawing out hamsters. Because that's what it apparently was for, and everything else is a fuck. Like, it's good for hamsters, it's for food only, but if you're lazy, it's there.
If you're
Like,
trying to heat up a lot of
that.
food really quickly, it is useful. It's not good for
No.
cooking. It's not good for making, good food.
Right.
But if you need to heat up a lot of food real fast, then it's good.
I mean,
And that was the problem they
That's
solved.
not what this guy.
you can cook an
Ah.
entire turkey in a microwave, according to
Badly, yes, badly.
the recipe book that my grandmother had for the first microwave that they owned.
Jesus.
Huh.
They
I
had
recently got
recipes
my
for, like,
grandmother a microwave cookbook because she
really?
just got she just moved into a retirement home, and she doesn't have any oven or anything, so it's just like microwave cookbook.
Now I'm just wondering what microwave mouse tastes like.
Probably
microwave
pretty
mice?
similar to mouse.
What does a mouse taste like?
A bit more tang.
It's a little soggier.
All right.
What are we doing,
I know
Lance?
I brought us on the part of this tangent, but I'm gonna try and pull us
Take
back.
us on another journey.
Also, fun fact, one last tangent. It's actually not even really a tangent. We're just looping back around.
Yeah.
H.G. Wells was actually born 69 years after Mary Shelley.
See,
69?
I was pretty
Nice.
close.
69. Mary
Nice.
Shelley was
Damn.
born in 1797. H.G. Wells was born in 1866.
And
Nice.
that's why she did the three-way with her mom's dead body.
No, it's not a. It's not a three-way, but all right.
She was there though, right?
It's true.
That's not my fault. Like, I didn't make that happen. Like, I'm not wishing this into existence. That's what happened.
Hey, Eric, are you
unfortunate.
recording this?
Yes, obviously. This is primo content that no one will ever see.
I mean, you could clip it. That'll get it around faster.
That's true. Anyway, we should go over goals, at least to think about what your characters have been focused on last year.
I believe my goals are currently to figure out who the fuck is trying to track me, continue to raise my baby boy, and make money and develop that super virus. Tiny cons. I gotta do more tiny cons. I miss my tiny cons.
Yeah. I will write down find who tracked you, because I don't think you can have access to Roll20 right now.
I definitely don't. Thank you very much for being intuitive.
Oh.
I guess paying attention for
I kind of wish we had your camera though, so we can see just the
Oh, I
random
could-
background.
I could absolutely go on camera on Discord, y'all.
All right. So yeah, teach Josie how to
I'm
code,
playing-
tiny cons, keep Toddy
It's dark
safe,
as shit
be a
outside.
good dad.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in Brooklyn. What's good? And I'm in front of a graveyard.
Nice. Are you gonna go have a menage a trois with some dead people?
Tell me you're not going to go lose your virginity on your mother's grave.
Oh god.
I think Matt and Dylan live in Brooklyn.
I mean, yeah, they would.
Last time I talked to Matt, which was years ago, he was.
Are they a couple?
Matt
No,
Dillon?
I don't even think they're living together anymore. But
Oh, I was just when you said that, I assumed they were.
no, Matt is
It
back
did
with
kind of.
Molly,
It did
and
kind
Dylan
of
is currently not dating anyone.
Wait, what was that with that?
Matt is back with Molly.
Oh,
His
okay. I
ex?
thought you said he went poly, and I'm like,
No, I mean he might be. I don't know. He hasn't told me that though.
It doesn't seem like a Matt thing, but you never know.
No, I don't think he would be poly. All right, let's get back to this. Who else? What are your goals, people?
I think mine are staying the same.
Yeah, so prototype, fight people
Prototype weapon.
stylishly, ensure the safety
Oh.
of the peoples.
Man, gang,
Yeah.
damn. I'm very happy I didn't go home because it's gonna be it's gonna be very easy for me to get snacks now.
All right.
I can still play, so I'll put my headphones. I'll still be here, and I'm gonna listen. I'm be engaged, but I'm gonna be hunting for snacks and potentially getting slightly higher. But that only will put me more into character, which will be a problem for you. So sorry in advance.
All right.
That seems very backwards for Vincent. I feel like Vincent would be so stone cold sober all the time.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah, he'd be like, never get high on your own supply kind of stuff.
Yo, Vincent's a terrible dude, and he's who I'm using to figure out how you can convince a sociopath to be decent. And I think I've learned it's just trying hard not to be villainous looks the same thing as being good.
And that's how supervillains are born, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Whoa, I just said, I'm trying to learn how to be good about that through him to help. Fuck you. Fuck off.
Supervillains always think they're doing the right thing.
I'm not.
ew.
The point is, he's not doing the right thing. But never mind. We'll see in the role play, you piece of shit.
I would like to say, in universe, we are quite literally terrorists.
Yeah, but for the good of the universe, obviously.
That's what every
Yeah.
terrorist does.
It's
Yeah.
full Guten Lagen. The IRA made some valid points.
Heroes are the ones who get to write the history books after the war.
Actually, fun fact, that's not true. But okay.
I know, I just...
I could go off on a whole tangent about this, but you really don't want me to.
Yeah, he actually knows
maybe later.
history, so he knows like all the bad things.
I know a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right.
By the way, your video is still on, Victor.
That's sorry about that.
Oh, no,
I
you're
might-
fine. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Oh yes. Oh my god. Y'all want to hear a sad fucking story? I'm sorry. It's gonna be real quick. I haven't heard from you motherfuckers in a while. Listen, I was outside. It was rainy and windy as shit outside yesterday, and I was cold as shit. And I smoked my last J. I went to get an eighth from the store, way away from me in the fucking rain and the wind. I bought the eighth, paid too much money for that shit. That motherfucker tried to charge me $37 when it said $30 like weed is taxable. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's illegal. Why you charging $7 on this? I know the card charges 50 cents. What the fuck are you doing? But I was already high and it wasn't fast enough to say that, so I just took it and left if I was causing trouble. And then the wind blew my eighth out my fucking hand.
Oh my god. That is sad.
God. I cannot fucking stand that shit. I wanted to fucking die. I lost nearly $40 fucking dollars because it was windy. It was fucking tragic, bro. Oh my god. And then I fucking lost my keys for 20 minutes. It was terrible.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
lie, that's mad funny.
It is very funny. Another tangent. weed might not be illegal for very long.
I know, and I'm happy for that. It's technically not illegal to smoke. I'm just upset.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
definitely a tragedy. So yes, Mirko wants to keep the crew. So
Safe.
Mirko, what is the difference between keeping the crew and co safe and alive and ensuring the safety of the peoples?
Actually, now that I'm remembering it, ensuring the safety of the peoples was when we were on the planet, trying to get the people off of it.
Okay.
So that is no longer good because they're safe.
Yes.
It's done.
They're
gone.
the goal is good. Yes, they are on Fun Kui station, which is as safe as they can be. They're
The
safe
time
for
being.
now. They won't be safe in a couple days. But yeah, you should come up with another goal for that, and then find treasure with Josie. But that'll
temporary put off for
Right.
killing and fighting the behemoths.
All right, cool. And then Valentine is pretty succinct and pretty similar each time. Yeah, nothing's going to be changing, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, still protecting the ship's crew, still working to fight the behemoth, still training the strike team. I don't know that I'm going to have a chance to do that this session. We'll see.
Right.
Still working to fill the empty position, and still going to help my teammates.
Excellent. And Comrade, you're still spreading
Spread
communism.
Don't let workers be injured. Work with Mirko and Vincent to create Advanced Max. Find out about core program.
And you get one more slot, so you can have like another goal if you'd like.
Let me think about it.
Okay. And now that we've actually remembered to do goals, which is a rarity, we start back up. It is August 25th. You are on the Fun Kui shipyard, which is this, pre-tech shipyard that used to be the most advanced shipyard in the sector before some people stole the psychic AI core that ran the whole thing. Yes.
Don't know who would have done that.
Yeah, why would anyone ever do that and then use it as a bartering point?
So now it is, slowly falling towards the planet Fun Kui and is being kept aloft by a series of ships that, every now and then have to push it back into orbit. And it is just defunct, essentially. It's just a large hunk of space, a hunk of metal in space. But you're back, having just murmured the behemoth, and you've decided you want to buy it or acquire it in some way. The space station.
Does anyone remember how we were going to set about doing that?
It was along the lines of make them bring down the price because they didn't have a core and they needed one.
We still have said core, right?
Yes, it is on your spaceship.
It is like plugged into our spaceship, if I remember correctly.
We are quite literally some of the worst people.
Yes. And yeah, the price to buy it outright is 80 million credits, which you do not have. I think total funds you have are 5 million.
Quick question about that, actually.
Yes.
Well, how do we really? Because I don't think we ever resolved my financial situation that I've been trying to build on,
Oh.
involving my little programming scheme. And I would love to resolve that so we can know exactly what's in my bank account because we did push that back last time.
That is true.
Because I've
I
realized
also
I know
have.
exactly what. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm just saying, if even if we count in what's your bank account isn't quite enough, I have another wonderfully terrible idea.
Phenomenal. But I would love to know what's in my bank account because I think I know exactly what I wanted this little computer scheme I was running to be. Um, I I want it to be crypto. I want I want to have created NFTs.
So, okay, NFTs. That makes sense. Because
There's probably a planet on which crypto is actually good for the environment.
For sure, for sure. But
yeah.
Vincent currently don't give a fuck.
So
He's
in
definitely
this
using my
setting,
poetry for NFTs.
credits are decentralized. They're I don't remember what the organization is.
That's fine.
But
it's not credit.
they
Though.
already
It's
have
NFT.
crypto. But NFTs are definitely not something they have because NFTs are useless.
Except in real life, what NFTs are is just the digital space for the exact same scam that high art does.
Oh yeah, NFTs are the receipt.
Yeah, 100%. And art is just an insurance scam.
Mm-hmm.
So NFTs, if you please. Is there a way for us to calculate how much this may have brought in?
Yeah. So
It's been a long time since we played, because like now NFTs are a thing.
Yeah. Because like when you came up with this idea, I don't think you had in mind NFTs. I think it was like a skimming scam, kind of like from Office Space. But I absolutely think like NFTs makes it way better.
Because it's the thing where like I think natively it could still work in that like Vincent spent a long time trying to design that very delicate, very well designed code to perform that very stealth shit, and would probably have just gotten frustrated enough to give up and do some dirt ass cheap shit like this.
Yeah, especially because if you're going up against like the decentralized central bank, like they're gonna be looking for you. Like people probably try this kind of thing all the time. NFTs, they don't, because that's just an art scam. So I will roll a thing for you. Where'd your character sheet go? Why did it go away? Oh, that's why.
Okay, while he rolls that, I just want to say one thing. We are wanted in Empire space, correct?
No. I believe all of your crimes were never pinned on you. Like,
okay, well,
there's piling evidence, and there's probably a caseworker who is focused on pinning these charges on you, but they don't have anything concrete. They have only like circumstantial evidence, like their ship was in this sector at this time, this sector at this time.
Then so there's this decentralized bank which somehow manages to manage all these credit funds.
Yes.
All I'm saying is with Vincent Pricer, hacker extraordinaire, and the rest of us having a very wide number of skill sets, we could 110% Ocean's 11 this thing.
Ocean's 11 what? The bank?
Bank.
When it comes to crime, Vincent Pricer is the best of the best, not just because they are so goddamn talented, but because they know their limits. I am not robbing the central bank. I do not work against goons who have that kind of predatory instinct. No, sir. I know my place.
decentralized bank.
So it is like decentralized in the way that no government controls it, but
But
it
that
is
means all governments are
centralized.
invested
Like
in its protection.
this organization runs the bank, but it's not a
It's a
government.
real good. It's a real good way to be on everybody's wanted list for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. How about instead of Ocean's 11ing it, we die hard it? We dress up like a bunch of terrorists and rob a bank or something along those lines and pretend like it's for terrorism. But
I don't
instead
want
we're
to.
just
I don't want to
so-
cosplay as Mirko.
I was just gonna say we've already done that plenty of times. I don't know what you're talking about.
Robbing
exactly
a bank
we've done it
is
plenty
one
of
thing,
times
but
and we've
robbing
gotten away
the
with
bank,
it every time.
I don't think I really want to fuck with people with those kinds of resources. Like, I know it looks like I'm real stabby stab, free slice slice, but I do not punch upward.
Okay, Comrade would form it like this. It's good for everyone if the banks gets its claws out of everyone and can be good for us and you in particular. Imagine how much money you could make if you were the bank.
I think there is a fundamental miscommunication between what I am and what you think I am. I'm not an idiot. I'm reckless, but I'm not an idiot. So let's get that straight.
I'm both
I
reckless and an idiot.
We
like,
know.
you do gotta recognize that I am not. The biggest thing that I've been here for has been to cover our tracks because I'm very good at covering our tracks. Because we don't do shit that would warrant such track covering that I would need to wipe people's minds or some shit. Like, we are talking about every single government gunning for us. I am not that kind of predator. I am an opportunist. I am an herbivore.
I just love that Victor's saying this. Like, I'm not that kind of predator in the middle of New York.
I also love him saying this, having a flashback to him exploding a barrel of bagels in the middle of a conference with all the world leaders in it and starting the government collapse.
And also these several times we have blown up different space stations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Government
but
space
guess what?
stations.
There was always a sucker to pin it on. And I know you're saying that we could pin it on a sucker, but I don't think you appreciate that when we pin it on those suckers in those instances, that one, either they were so angry at other people that they were never going to look elsewhere, or, and this is the bigger thing that's often saved us, they were individuals or NGOs of such insignificance as to not have much sway outside of a specific postal code.
Then let's find the biggest, richest fucker in the empire and rob him.
I am here
Ask
for
for a
that.
loan.
I'm okay with that. That's okay. I'm here for that.
Don't you think we could just ask for a loan from the Phoenix?
Loans
the
are for
Phoenix
suckers.
does
You
not
can't
have
take what they want.
unlimited funds, but you could ask for a loan.
Yeah, but they gotta have a good amount of funds. They're like one of the only tech level 5.
Yes, but again, they also have many things, many fingers in many pies.
That's also true.
Also, in the weird instance of like right and left coming around in a horseshoe, Comrade also agrees that loans are for suckers.
Oh my lord.
Okay.
I also like how Mirko was the one who was like, "What about a loan, guys? Could build our credit up."
Yeah. So, in addition to buying it outright, you could also convince the board of directors to sell it to you for a lower price, or you could purchase a 51% stock control.
Could we kill the board of directors?
You could, but
This is an unaligned system.
currently
We would realign it to ourselves.
you would realign it to yourselves. You could try that. The board of directors, if killed, would be replaced. This would be Toad Crypt again. Yeah, you were all
I
there
was
for that.
thinking
This would be
that.
Toad. Maybe Scott wasn't.
No.
This would be
Wait,
Toad
I'm sorry.
Crypt.
Y'all trying to plan a heist the most incorrect ways possible. Like, I cannot believe it. Look, we identify not the richest guy on the planet. We identify the second richest. We identify the second richest guy on the planet. We rob him of something that identifies him, and then we rob the richest guy on the planet and pin it on him like we was just hired goons from that guy. Rich people got rivalries. They all hate each other, even though they secretly pretend they got alliances.
That's fair.
That is true.
How do you spell?
I mean, the quickest and easiest way at the moment is literally to walk in there and be like, your shit's falling apart, but we can fix it. We'll buy it at a discount.
So that is one way.
No, we don't even say that we can fix it. Say no one can fix it. You're missing an AI core.
That's also true. I'm
Are you talking about
top-notch engineer.
to the building?
What's that?
Are we heisting the building? Is that the idea? You're trying to get into the building?
Oh no, we're in there already. It's more of just convincing them that this is a bad product and they should sell it to us for a cheaper price.
How do they keep track of the pricing on these vehicles? Like, is there a ledger?
Is there depreciation?
Well, I mean, we're buying a shipyard.
Right, but is there a ledger?
Probably. Yes.
How do they store that ledger?
This is a paperless office, is it not?
Yes. This would be a paperless office.
We have a master of hacking the paperless office.
So, if I may, can I propose that I please roll a programming check against whatever difficulty you see fit? Please remember that you can re-roll my roll as an expert. And I would like to set that price down to about 500,000 credits.
500,000?
So
Instead of 5 million?
thing about this is they have backups. Like they're not going to look at the price and be like, "Huh, that seems kind of low," and then sell it to you anyway.
What about we make it seem so they're in a great amount of debt?
I'm good. Oh, let's short the stock.
Yeah, let's make it so that they are they look.
Sorry.
No,
please go.
I was saying, let's make it look like they're in a great amount of debt, and that like someone has been borrowing against the station without them realizing it in order to keep them afloat. But now all of a sudden, we're the people coming to collect on it, and then we can take it at a discounted price because suddenly the station is worth a lot less than they originally thought it was.
Hey,
Basically, Repo Man.
you know what really drives down the price of stock suddenly that most people can't predict for? One, when the CEOs all die suddenly, that drives on the price of stock. Or less fatally, when there is a security breach that releases a lot of confidential information from the company, that also tends to depreciate the value of said company.
Okay.
I love how we play this game and talk about how we could overthrow the space government, but in reality, a lot of these I feel like are very valid ways to just overthrow our actual shitty government.
Hey, listen, YouTube. This isn't instructional, but it is educational.
6 Semper Tyrannis.
So yeah, I think these things are definitely ways that you could lower the stock price. So market value of the stock price is 800,000 credits per stock. Just to
if
give
we
you a
set
number.
that account, we can borrow as much as we want technically because we're not. That's the entire point of showing we're borrowing a stock, and then we get the difference.
So you need a
Like
place to
when,
borrow it from.
yeah,
Okay. Who do you go to?
someone else make that decision.
To borrow money from?
To borrow stock from.
I don't know.
Here's the thing, I don't actually really know all that much about the stock market.
This also seems like it might be a longer term plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
you can then do it through market services. So you can, like, if you just open up a portfolio with the right agency, you can direct how your portfolio is used within that agency, and they will ask. So they will do the things that you ask them to. So if you want to sell this, buy that, short that, they will direct your funds in such a way that usually abides by what you're asking for, looking for places to short. So we can open up a portfolio with that kind of company. I can get into their systems and force them to do what I need them to do for our accounts, involving borrowing and showing the scout because it's all these accounts technically one company using their funds, like using the investors' funds, it's like micro investments, to buy stocks en masse. And because they can have that kind of capital, that's why they're even allowed to enter the business. You have to have like all these like fiat scams, like those Vortex, whatever scam artists. They're technically using this system as well because it's a single management account that has enough capital to be allowed into that market.
right. So I think,
So I
yeah,
want to,
you know, start working on this project. You know, try and set up a portfolio. You try and, you know, find all the stock stuff that I don't know much about that Victor explained, sort of. And you do find that the the FQSY stock isn't a public stock. It's not, you know, open for everyone to invest. It is rather this closed stock that 6 groups control.
guess we gotta kill him, guys.
Yeah. So there's Yamazuki, Sunbeam Interstellar, Food Dynamics, the Funkui Labor Union, Jones Food Corp, and Helen Jiang. And I can put those in the chat.
Please do. But I am really disappointed that there's not just one guy in a food court named Joe who runs like a really greasy, like off-brand McDonald's, and somehow he owns like a controlling stock in this company.
I thought you said Jones, and I was like, Josie's family?
I did say Jones.
Wait a
Jones
minute.
Food Corp.
Fucking Josie, do you own stock in a fucking space station?
I mean, this is the first time Josie's hearing of it. So I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, this would be
Jones is such a rare name.
I mean, this would have to be like someone on my dad's side.
So,
What do we
T,
know about her family?
I was just gonna say, this is a long time ago, but didn't her parents die or something?
I don't remember what I told you because this was
Okay.
probably 8 years ago.
I was just gonna say.
But Josie Jones was either abandoned or orphaned by their death and put into the foster care system on Sedna. So she hasn't seen her parents in more than 4 years. I don't remember the exact timeline because there was a war going on in New Titan that caused a bunch of refugees from her planet.
How long has the campaign been going on in game, like for our characters?
In game, this has been almost 2 years. Josie, I think, joined partway through the first year, and this would have been like 4 or 5 years before that.
What a wild ride these 2 years have been.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow, poor girl. She lost her family, found a new family, lost that family,
Found a new family.
found a new family.
We're
Seems like
terrorists.
there's a pattern.
Is she about to lose another family? Are we about to die?
I don't have
Look,
an
guys,
exact...
I've been preparing my secondary character is Josie.
But yeah, so I don't have an exact timeline, but yeah, sometime within the past, 5 to 10 years, she became an orphan. So she hasn't seen her family in at least that long.
5 to 10 years.
Hey, gang. I think we just found a cash cow, actually. Because you know what's pretty valuable? A long lost heiress and some grateful parents.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. I need to... Oops. Okay.
I've seen Star Wars Episode 4. I know what happens when you save the apprentice.
If we play our cards right, they will just hand us money.
I don't.
It's definitely something you could try. But
Oh,
I have
wait.
neglected to put some vital information that might change how you go with this.
Guys, we can't fuck over Fawn Kui.
Why?
They're a labor union.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
They
no.
have a
If they're
labor
a labor union, I can get them to work for us. Workers
You think you
of
just own
universe.
labor like that? That's wild.
Workers of the
Alright.
universe, unite. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
So, I should have given you the percent ownership that each of these groups had.
I fucking hope Jones Food. Oh, it's
Jones
1%.
Food Corp owns 1%.
I was just hoping it was actually like.
No, they are a vending machine company, and they stock the vending machines on the space station as well as throughout the planet. But they also are, large enough to purchase control, a share. Yeah, so you look into these companies a bit. I'll just tell you some information about them. Yamazuki is a combination music company and high-end vehicle company.
Like Yamaha music.
Yeah, it's like Yamaha and Suzuki. compound at some point, went into space, and this is the long lost descendant of that. They make specialty items for spacecrafts and yeah. Then actually, what's the no? Is it no? The no roll?
Yes.
Is that the roll? Yeah,
Yes.
someone make a no check with charisma.
Okay.
Can you roll for me? Oh, never mind.
No charisma. 10.
Awesome. You just from absorbing the news as you do, probably somewhat passively, because you can multitask in that way. You would know that they've actually recently been acquired by a Shuan company from what's the planet? Kenishu? Yes, from Kenishu, which is just south of Otanferi. So they've recently been acquired, and you hear on the web that they're, somewhat worried about the recent lack of power on the space station because that's half of their industry is specialty spacecraft parts. So even if they're not, jumping to sell, they are definitely wanting this to succeed in some way. Further looking into this, Helen Jiang is the prime magistrate of the government on Fun Koi, who owns almost a controlling share on her own. She is a successful businesswoman who sees who doesn't think that money should be saved. Her whole reason for getting elected was, money is meant to be spent. We need to be, using it. Otherwise, it's waste. Yeah, the slogan that she ran on, which was kind of botched because it's in a different language, is money is a river. We need to make the water wheel.
Is the original quote translate to they pay me in gold, yet I am poor, for I am a river to my people?
No.
Okay. I mean, we're going Matt Colville up in here.
Then there's Sunbeam Stellar, which is a spaceship company. They build stock spaceships. I think you bought the Just Bagels from them back at the beginning of this campaign. They also were recently acquired by the CU government, which is something. Food Dynamics builds flight engines. They focus on aeronautics rather than astronautics, but they do a large portion of their manufacturing on station. From the passive stuff that you are learning, they have not been acquired but they are in talks with a businessman from Shu. Jones Food Corporation is owned by Nisa Jones. We don't know what relation she has to Josie. And then the Fankoi Labor Union is the actual workers on the station who
I can get them behind us.
yeah, they're very worried about the station being shut down and, just being allowed to fall.
I can get 4% of the stock behind us. Now that means if we can get Helen Jiang behind us, that means we automatically have 51% controlling shares.
Yes.
Now, why do we want to do that?
So we can have a ship of our own.
So if you control 51%, you're able to pick the board of directors who determines what actually happens on the station.
And we can just make ourselves the board of directors.
Exactly. Otherwise, you'd have to go through the board of directors in order to sell the ship or the station. But if you are the directors, then you don't have to buy it. You just already control it.
Hey, this sounds like a terrible idea. I don't want to leave that kind of paper trail. That feels like a terrible idea for us.
I mean, we're
Think
expanding
of the think of
bagel
all the
company.
shit we've done. That's a company. That's a front. You can walk away from that. You're talking about your name being attached to trackable token. Like, this is just bad quality stuff, and it's gonna give us visibility we do not want. People will track us down. People will track me down.
I mean, if I remember correctly, the goal is to get the station so that we could make the planes into the bombs and send them off into the behemoths and then create murmurs to explode.
Which means I have a future beyond that moment, and I'd like it not to have it be a paper trail leading right up into my ass.
Okay, then we'll leave your name off of the board of directors.
I'm
That's
attached to you fucking goons.
We'll make you an independent contractor.
You are still leaving a paper trail. What?
Okay, how about this? We get Helen Jiang on board as part of the. Okay, we do this. We will get the labor. I can get the labor union on board, and if we get Helen Jiang on board, that's 51%. We can make a board of
Why
directors
do
of
you think we
two,
can get labor?
a labor representative and herself. She
Why do
will
you think we can get labor?
because
it's
I'm a fucking
communism.
communist. This is exactly what I do. And if we have 51%, then the labor union can act as the linchpin and can either side with or against Helen in case of any swing votes. This is perfect for her. All she if we work if I get the labor union and if we can get her working with us, you guys are going to have to be able to take care of that because I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot
We got
pole.
options to do this like ghosts. Get in, get out with the ship, no problem. Right? Like, can we appreciate that we don't need to be this public to just buy this fucking ship? We just need
No,
2 million.
we need 80 million.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what was the price tag before attached to?
So the full price is 80 million credits.
And what was
For
the
to
price
buy
that was
straight up.
quoted before?
For what?
The the last time I heard it was 5 million, wasn't it?
No,
No,
you guys
we
have
have
5 million.
5 million.
Jeez Louise. Okay, well, that totally. Well, doesn't that twist my titties? Fuck. Um, shit.
Yes.
Wow.
That is the predicament, is that you don't
Damn, you
have
guys, is
10% of what you need.
we gonna blow? Oh my God, we gonna blow up $80 million? That's stupid as shit. What? Let's
No, no,
steal
no,
it.
no. We're not
So-
blowing it up. We're blowing up the ships that they make on it. We're basically using it to manufacture bombs. We're turning it from a shipbuilding company into a bomb building company.
Eric,
Yes.
I would like to put in a call, if possible.
Yeah.
I need. I need to talk to my best friend. What's his fucking name? Harold, not
Achilles.
Achilles.
Yes, Achilles LeBlanc.
I knew it was something heroic.
You want to message Achilles LeBlanc?
Yeah, because I did a while ago leave him with some investments and some opportunities for growth that I'd like to check in on.
Oh, yes. He's the new owner of
Also,
the bar, right?
yes, he is, and also a larger share of that criminal enterprise in general. I also happen to have let live one of that piece of shit's old cronies to help out as well, who was mildly competent, and also an entire criminal organization on my home planet owes me quite a bit.
Yes.
I'd like to cash in these investments I've been making
Hell
and
yeah.
see what they can do, not necessarily for finance, but to
Okay.
help us get this fucking ship by any means not financially necessary. Because I'm not spending that money. We are figuring something out.
You see, okay.
I mean, we were figuring something out with taking over the stocks.
The idea that I would watch 80, no. Guys, listen, I know I'm difficult in general, but this will kill me. Like, you are putting me in a predicament that is so deeply against my every fucking instinct. It's insane. You want me to have up onto a public fucking financial forum, and also maybe you want me to fucking watch 80, it's either that or have 80 million credits at some point in front of me and expect me to watch it slip into this kind of dumb shit? We could definitely. Is this no?
But think about it. You would
No.
have the greatest bomb making company in the galaxy and be able to sell these
Right.
bombs to any single government
Correct.
and
So
control
let's
how
make
these
some.
bombs were made.
So let's instead. Okay, let's do this then. Let's make some calls, and let's make some deals with some governments.
Oh, that's a even worse idea. That's literally putting our names in their hands.
You're right. But let's not fulfill those deals.
I just had a terrible idea.
Yeah.
These murmurs disrupt psychics, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't the government, the Empire, having an entire space station where they were working to disrupt psychics?
They were making psychics.
Manufacturing psychics.
Okay, 'cause I was going to say, or even so, if they could have a bomb that
Wait.
could at any time
Who hates the
cancel out.
Empire?
Me.
No, like
Like
government-wise, not
geopolitically or astropolitically.
not personally.
It's a good
Still me,
question.
but
Let me look into the factions.
Now we're getting more my speed. If we can identify some big players, or at least moderate players that have beef with the Empire, we can literally sell them a template for this kind of device.
All right.
Just a template. Then we charge a huge upfront price anonymously, and then boom, we don't gotta worry about shit. They'll do it themselves. We'll do it ourselves. And because they're the developing technology, that we're going to be actively using, they also flood the market with that weapon so it can't come back to us specifically. Beautiful.
All right. So. Oh, wait. It does go below. You might be in luck, Vincent. The largest factions that hate the Empire would be the Iapetus Governance, the Neo-Feminist Remnant, the Sauri Independence Movement, the Silverlight Pact, and the Siu Superiority Initiative. The first three you have worked with before. Sauri Prime is the independence movement for Vincent's home planet. The Iapetus Governance is the people who helped you take out Executor Base. And the Neo-Feminist Remnant are the government of the planet they then trashed. And are the holdouts on the old base that you helped them take. So 3 out of the 5 that absolutely hate the Empire are already allied with you.
So that means we only have to make a few code calls, because we should still try to sell this to all of them.
Well, you will have to convince them. It will just be easier to convince them to front some money.
Amazing. How do people feel about this?
I'm in for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will fuck over the Empire a mighty big way.
How does
Comrades.
I mean, I think we could also still get the Phoenix to chip in some, because they might be interested in having a shipyard they can like regularly dock at if it survives the behemoth. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
because as it is, they don't have like a home base at all. So having something they could use every once in a while would be good.
Yeah. So that's
Comrade is slowly starting to move towards anarcho-communism instead of just regular communism.
Hello?
Hell yeah.
Hello?
Hi?
Hey.
Sorry, I disconnected for a hot second. Gabe, what did you say?
Oh, I was just saying that the Phoenix could also chip in some money because they would benefit from having a star base they could dock at every once in a while, because as it is they don't have a home base, so it'd be beneficial for them to have someplace.
Yeah.
Or we give them very, very friendly leasing contracts.
Well, I'm just saying they have the money, so and maybe we
I
don't
agree
need
with
them
that
to.
money for friendly leasing contracts.
I'm just saying if we wind up a bit short from the other groups, we can turn to them for the rest.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Awesome. Oops. I'm gonna roll. Cool. Um. So who do you want to contact first?
Home plan is gonna be easiest, right?
They would
I
be the
assume that's also,
closest.
I assume that's also the only one that I have like the best. I assume other people will have to talk to the other groups.
Yeah, I think it's a bit spread out among who has contacts with which organization.
Yeah, I mean, like the Phoenix is probably far away. I already sent a message saying like, "Hey, we need assistance from them."
Yeah.
So as soon as they're in the system, we can talk to them about money stuff. Um, so I guess it's a matter of contacting the other groups.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Cool. So I'm gonna give y'all some time to like think about who you want to talk to and what you want to say. And meanwhile, two things happen. Um, an odd ship that, you know, while you're perusing, while you're like checking logs, while you're, seeing what resources you have available, um, there is a ship that does not have a port of call that is of a make that is unlike anything you've ever seen before, arrives on the station and like docks with the station nearby you. Um, and they're escorted by two human ships. Out of this spaceship come these mechanical creatures. There's like a glass dome and then a metal cylinder. Like the glass dome is maybe 3 feet in diameter. So about a meter for those of you who do metric. And then maybe like a foot tall cylinder of metal with 4 spider legs coming out, one in the front, 2 on the sides, 1 in the back, and then 2 metal grabber arms, like tentacle arms. And so a group of these things come out of this alien ship and just like go into the space station and, do their thing. And Mirko,
Yeah.
you get pinged by someone you didn't think would ever call you.
To leave this at a cliffhanger for a second,
Yeah.
how are other people and ships reacting to these ships that we don't know about? Like, do other people seem to know, or are there other? Is there like increased traffic and
Yeah.
radio traffic, like people being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, there are, at least like in the station itself, there's a lot of gawking, a lot of weird looks. A lot of people are looking out the window at the ship to be like, "Oh, what the hell is that?" They clearly have some sort of clearance code because they were allowed to dock. They weren't just shot by the automated defenses. And after they get out of their like ship onto the port, they are met by a human contingent that look like soldiers. Just 4 of them, but they are like making sure that people stay away from this like group of 5 cylinders.
I get pinged by. Is
Uh,
it? I can't remember his name, but the alien guy. with the third arm. If I'm remembering that correctly.
No.
Oh shit.
You get pinged by Haytham Hussein, your brother.
Oh. Ha! Wait, I thought we killed him.
His message for you is, I need something stolen.
Just that? That's
Just
it?
that.
Fucking, this guy tries to kill me and then he's like, yo, you wanna help me out real quick?
That'll cost 80 million. That'll cost him 80 million.
Just like take a second to sit there and think about it and just be like, you got 80 million credits?
You send that?
Yeah, hell yeah. He's pinging me like mentally, or is he pinging me?
So this is a text message.
Okay.
Encrypted, double secure, whatever, but it's on your phone. You don't know how he got this number.
I don't even know how this motherfucker's alive.
He messages back, no, but the target does.
For him to be texting me, he has to be in the same system as us, right?
Yes, he has to be in the same system.
Fuck this guy. Do I just wanna...
That's a maybe on an invite, right? Like that's got to be at least a maybe.
Well, I'm having the hot debate of being like, do I just like trick him and being like, oh yeah, just tell me where, and like we'll meet up, and then stabbing him? Like, murder is not out of my wheelhouse. Not even close. I will gather the group and just be like, you guys want to steal 80 million credits from a mysterious person?
Can I do a no check on who in the system would have 80 million credits?
Yes.
Is that intelligence?
Yeah, that would be intelligence.
Is there just like a Forbes for like the system specifically?
Well, I mean, it's got to be Helen, right? Like, come on, guys.
If it's anyone, it's Helen. Like, Helen is the richest person in system.
But she's all about spending that cash.
Right.
How's she rich?
Because there's constant cash flow.
No.
And saying and doing are two totally different things.
Also true. I'll just text back, what are we stealing? Actually, no. I will text back one word. Just details.
Give me the Carfax.
Give me the Carfax.
What does he say? He types LDS.
The fucking Mormons.
I'm sorry, what?
Connor has it
LDS,
right.
Church of Latter-day
That
Saints.
was fucking slick. That was good.
All right, I am 110% down if we're robbing the fucking Mormons.
What does is LDS something that Mirko would know?
Mirko, no. But if you're sharing it with other people, LDS is the Latter-day Saints, or in the
okay.
criminal underworld, the Latter-day Syndicate.
The Mormons are fucking crooks. I mean, more crooks than normal.
Yeah, you guys stole obtanium for them.
We were working for the Mormons?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. I thought I would remember if I worked for someone from Utah.
I think
but all right.
you worked for Josiah Haynes. You stole some obtanium and uh, you know, gave him 17 ingots and took 3 of them.
I remember that, but I didn't know he was Mormon.
Wait, so our client.
Although with the name like Josiah Haynes, I really should have figured it out sooner.
So either
Oh no,
our
it was
client,
Ephraim Curtis.
Oh, even more so.
or not client. The people we're robbing is this organization, and either Helen is a part of it or they just also have a lot of money.
Or it's out of system. LDS is generally in Luthien. No, there used to be in Luthien. Now they're in Labusha because Luthien is stricken by the cordyceps disease, and the only survivors that were able to get away and not be infected went to Moshel on Labusha, or in Labusha, and set up shop on this ice planet. So either you're going to, rob them, or they're in system here.
And we're gonna rob them.
Fuck it, I'm down for robbing the fucking Mormons. In game.
And in real life.
I would never say something that could get me into any kind of legal trouble.
Yeah, I'll just hit him back with a okay. That's it. Just trying to be very vague and annoying.
Okay.
We fucking Josie's long lost sister cousin, my brother. Who else? Who else is gonna pop up?
I don't know.
You're the only one who knows.
What was that?
Yes, I am, but I'm not telling yet.
Oh, yeah. How long do we have until the behemoth, gets here?
You have 15 days. No, 14 days.
Oh shit. It's a lot less time than I thought.
Yeah. Alright, I will text them back once more and I'll just be like, we don't got a lot of time. What do you need? When do you need it? Where do you need it?
Wait. Have we not asked to borrow this thing just to deal with the behemoth for them?
Nobody really knows about the behemoth.
You have not.
I mean, I don't know how well going into a space station and being like, hey, there is a planet, galaxy-wide threat, and we need to...
We need you to pay us $80 million to deal with it for you.
We need
Yeah,
to
that sounds
blow
like a
up
scam.
all your spaceships.
I guess following up with the brothers up is something we gotta do sooner than later, huh?
I
we
forget
could.
how long a space jump takes.
Isn't it like a day?
Was it? That sounds right.
Yeah, we have the upgraded spike drive.
Oh, it was 6 days. It's 2 days to get out. 6 days, but you have a spike drive too, so that cuts it in half. That doesn't sound right.
By the time we got there and back, it would be too long.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
I might have just given you a bunk mission.
I thought it was gonna be an in-system thing.
No, this would be on the Busha.
Alright, I'll tell him to go fuck himself. I will say 1v1 me IRL. No balls. Fist only.
Just little fist emojis.
Yeah. Did you just catch a bug?
Yeah.
That was. I thought you were doing like a little fist towards the camera for a second.
No! It's getting warm enough where gnats are starting to come back out, so.
That sucks.
It really does.
Yeah, I'm very much so ready to actually fight this guy. We beat him once, we can beat him again.
I don't even remember fighting him the first time.
He was the ice psychic, right?
No, the ice psychic was Paulus, who was your mentor.
Oh,
Hatham works for Paulus.
yeah. But he was there in that fight, though,
Yes,
wasn't
he was there.
Yeah.
Where are the rules for this? This used to be something I just knew.
It has been 8 months.
Yeah. I think I found it. Yeah, so it's 6 days of travel per hex divided by your spike drill rating. So if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times 4 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. So that'd be 12 days there and back. Unless you get a faster ship.
That's cutting it pretty close.
No, wait, it's 12 days there, 12 days back. Sorry.
That is.
Yeah,
not
so
cutting
you'd.
it close.
Yeah. That would not be an option unless you have like a spike 6. Maybe spike 4. Let's do some math while you guys talk about stuff.
Alright, who's down to kill a little psychic bitch?
Well, we don't have the time to kill a little psychic bitch.
Well, he's here.
He is here.
So we totally could do that. Just as like a quick. Or I could just dip and fight him and come back.
I mean, we could kill him, take his ship, and if he came on a ship and sell the ship for extra cash.
That's true. Make a little extra money there. I'm sure he's got some artifact stuff with him too, because he is like not a mercenary. He's a soldier for the Empire.
Mm-hmm. He's, part of the Black Ops unit.
He's not like a little guy. He's like pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm down for just about anything.
Me too.
That is one of the problems. Because if you're down for anything, you don't make a decision.
Also true. I would like to kill this guy. I will put that out there. Whether I'm going alone or I'm going with you guys, I think I'm gonna go kill this guy. Give me some of that
I'll help. Yeah.
unobtainium. Is unobtainium the stuff that makes me juiced up?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's
Give me that
obtainium,
necklace.
not unobtainium.
Sorry, obtainium.
Copyright
Right.
difference.
Yeah.
I think unobtainium is the name of some element, but it's like one of the man-made ones or the theoretical ones.
Victor,
Maybe a
just
theoretical.
so you know, your camera's still on.
Yeah. He's showing us the tried true way of New York. You're muted.
You're also muted.
What happened?
Your video is still on, by the way.
Yeah, it's not illegal here.
Also true.
Also true. I was just letting you know.
That's fair though. I didn't realize it. I'm having a hard time because it's windy outside, and for some reason people are trying to talk to me, like who are not you.
Wait, just like randos?
Yep, it's weird.
Probably because you're rolling up in the middle of the park.
No,
Yeah.
I think I'm just giving off a friendly vibe by mistake. Like it's real casual, like old people.
Huh.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I was wrong. The grayed out theoretical ones have like actual names.
I was about to say because that would be the single most agreed and complained upon thing about that movie would somehow accidentally be scientific fact, and I'm happy it's not.
What?
The fact that unobtainium is all called unobtainium more than anything else in that film is the single dumbest shit in the world. That's a terrible name. You could have done anything. It could have still been oil. Sorry.
Well, it was actually named after its discoverer, Dr. Ernest Upta. So, so that just really, I mean, way
I
to.
think it's the funniest thing I've ever heard you say, bro.
God damn it, kid.
Very insensitive of you. All the Hampshire uptas. Very offended.
Oh god.
All right. So you have many things you could do, including the bad idea I've just put in front of you. Although theoretically possible if you get a Spike 6 or 4 ship.
Where are we going to get a Spike 4 or 6 ship?
At the best shipyard in the sector.
Or from the kid who just appeared in my DMs 2 seconds ago after we kill him.
Yeah, who knows what he's got?
All right,
He's got the backing of the Empire.
He could have
Let's
whatever.
go fuck up Miyako's brother because it's the most obvious thing to do right now. Maybe it'll get it out of our. Maybe if we get the murder out of our system, we'll figure out a way to be reasonable about getting this money.
I really this session has really been restoring my faith in humanity. It really has been. I'm so confident about the future. This is great. Sign me up.
overthrowing governments, trying to create money schemes, just murder, just straight up.
All while like trying to save the
Sibling
universe,
side.
all while working within the framework of capitalism. You know, like the normal things you do.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna text him and I'm gonna be like, I would like to know more. Let's meet up to talk somewhere public.
Let me check his stats just to make sure he's not a total dumbass.
Listen, I'm telling him it's public.
Right.
Right, yeah, because trying to do anything on this space station publicly, I mean, that's just. Who would ever do that? Who would ever publicly steal the entire AI core
You're
of a station?
also a very powerful teleporter who could potentially teleport him with you.
Also super true. That's probably the most important fact.
And do you have telepathy?
No,
Okay.
not anymore.
Right. Does
You know, if I went outside space station with like a oxygen mask and something, you can just teleport him outside to me. I can give you the oxygen and we can just let him.
I feel like he would survive somehow. Josie has telepathy.
Yes, Josie does have telepathy. How far is her telepathy? Very far. A 100 kilometers. Yeah, so you say, yes, let's meet up. He's like, that's a terrible idea. We're both powerful psychics. We both have shit up our cards up our sleeves.
Yeah, we're just gonna see who has more cards up their sleeve, obviously. But also, we need 80 million in cash, like now, so I'm pretty desperate.
Right. I want to make a roll.
Go for it. I will say, I'll throw in there, it's the least you can do after fucking up my life. Just a little salt in the wound.
You're the natural psychic, right?
No.
Weren't you? I thought you teleported out of your mom.
I don't think so. I think the government gave me the ability to teleport because it was a rare thing that they were like, oh shit. And then I was like, all right, peace. And then I left because I figured out how to teleport.
Okay.
Or else I would have been gone way sooner.
Could have been both.
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I specifically didn't have the ability, psychic abilities originally.
I thought you did, and then were also experimented on.
That could be possible, actually.
Yes, I think what it was you were psychic before birth, which was super rare. That's why they tested on you.
That makes sense.
Right, because you mention, it's the least you could do for ruining my life, and it's like, you were literally mom and dad's favorite kid.
Fucking, you're the government's favorite kid.
You're a terrorist.
Terrorist, liberator, depends on who you ask. I'm sure all those psychics you guys had locked up would say otherwise.
Yeah, don't be a fucking fascist. What's wrong with you?
Listen, friendly chat in public. You don't even have to get that close to me. I guess that's fair. I can teleport. You are correct. So I guess that's not a fair.
That's not a thing. Yeah, like that doesn't matter. Distance doesn't matter so long as you can see him.
Do you want to like you want to set up so that like maybe Comrade or I or both of us meet with this guy instead, and then that way it's like not a teleporter.
And then I'll be on the roof
I
of
mean,
a building
the whole
nearby
thing
with
is
my
he doesn't
rifle.
want to meet
Any
because
of
if he
us.
goes, then Mirko could be there. Even if he's not the one negotiating, Mirko could be, off in the distance.
What,
Oh, true.
what if we can guarantee that we both can knock out your powers temporarily?
I was going to suggest that actually.
Oh
Because
my
then my
god.
character could then be on a roof somewhere later with the full equipment ready to go.
So
Pop on.
Hatham
Firing squad.
knows that this specifically is a bad idea because
Yes.
you could teleport him outside the space station.
Even though I technically cannot do that.
Right.
It is not one of my abilities.
But it's possible.
Also true.
He doesn't
have
know
done it
what you're
before.
capable of specifically, but he does know you're a powerful teleporter, and you have technically done it before, just
Yes.
under specific circumstances with specific enhancements.
Just a little steroids that I wear around my neck.
Yes. So he is gonna send someone, and they will meet with you.
Good. He's sending a dead man. I will try. I will definitely try and get Josie to pierce this guy's mind.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know about Josie.
He
as far as I'm
sort of
aware.
does, yeah.
Because she wasn't there when we blew up the station, was she?
Yep. That's when
Like,
that was like one of the first missions she was in.
But she wasn't like in the station with us.
I think she was.
I thought she was back.
No,
I
I think
think she was.
she and DAD was there.
Because I think we split up.
Alright. Well, fuck it. I'm still gonna try and get her to fucking
Oh
probe
my
this
god,
guy.
the fact that we were split up is why I was able to kill a dad. That's Victor saying that, by the way.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't just shout that to the group, which includes Josie.
Jesus. Alright, I will wait and meet up with this guy. I don't know if people want to do other things in the meantime. Like, figure out what those aliens were.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that. I am on your murder train 100% of the way.
Yeah, no,
I'm here to murk this man. You gave me a morally good, like, this is a morally neutral decision. Is because you hate this dude. So I'm gonna get to utilize my craft. I'm excited.
He works for the Empire. He's a fascist. Let's kill him.
Absolutely. This is a guilt-free kill, baby. I don't get a lot of those these days.
Holy shit. This is great.
I feel like Comrade and Vincent are too alike in some ways for how different our ideologies are.
It's the only way the dynamic can even begin to work is that we both have some baseline savagery.
All right. So you go to he sends you a meeting spot. It's, a local cafe. And you prep up however you decide to prep up.
I need Comrade and Josie to be in the cafe ahead of time.
Okay.
Because Comrade can detect psychics,
Yes.
and Josie can be in other people's heads, and we can also communicate without talking.
Correct.
So they are on undercover duty. Vincent, I need you hacking into whatever cameras are around the area.
Already done, baby.
See if you can get feeds of everything. Val, I just need you to be a big fucking gun.
You want to use the drones?
We could use the drones. Like, what you're talking about, like your.
Yeah, my androids, my robots.
I don't know if we need them. They might be a little too.
You can look like waiters. Remember
Conspicuous.
that they do. I will
Yeah,
remind you that they are designed to look like delivery men,
that's true. Maybe
like
we'll like
bagel delivery men.
have like one around.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah. And I'll just chill and wait for this guy to show up.
All right.
Just a kid and his sword hanging out at a coffee shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Vincent, you hack the station's camera systems. You already recognize who's there. As you're as you're setting up, as you're, getting in position with Josie and Comrade, there are two people. Paulus and Aaliyah Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And to remind you all, because it's been a long time since I've mentioned Aaliyah Kim is the Phoenix plant in the Black Ops unit that helped you get onto Executor Station.
That's right.
This is perfect. She could just tell us where he is. And we've got all the people to just talk with her without anyone knowing.
Yeah. So, how do you approach the situation? Paulus, again, is a Marshalian who is an ice alien, a psychic ice alien. He wears an environmental suit that keeps him cold. And he can only talk through mental connection.
Ah.
Comrade, both of them ping as psychic.
Yes.
They're both psychic.
Yeah. There's a lot of psychics in this coffee shop.
Are there any psychics beyond the ones I know are supposed to be here?
Let me roll a D1000.
Oh my god. There's like a very high tech psychic in the corner drinking his coffee.
Cash, real cash.
I just imagine.
There is not.
Okay.
I just imagine like one of those anime scenes where like one person walks in and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I feel his spiritual pressure," and then another person walks in and it's like, "It's getting even heavier." That's pretty much what this cafe is. Like everyone can feel like something's wrong, but they just don't know why. I guess that's actually probably pretty obvious because there's a kid who is like tatted, carved up, and has a huge sword, just like chilling.
Yeah, and like, there's just a Marshalian in a cafe, which is just weird. First of all, why is a Marshalian not on Labusha? Second of all, why is he at a cafe? Marshalians don't eat.
Fair.
Maybe he just enjoys the ambiance. I mean, like,
Also
What,
fair.
is he on a date
know-
with a human?
he's working on his novel, you know? He needs to be out in some place where, he can let
Could
himself
be.
get...
With the
Gotta
amount
be
of
said.
people who just hang out in cafes in Burlington, I would not put it past someone.
Yeah, but this is an alien at a cafe. How many times do you see an
Well, now that's
alien at a cafe?
See how I've never seen an alien in my life? Probably once.
You've never seen an alien in your life that you
That
know
I
of.
know
Right.
of.
Also,
Correct.
Burlington, so maybe.
Also true. I just approach them. Not
All right.
straight up. I'll just walk up to them.
Excellent. So you walk up to him. He is sitting, despite being a floating psychic icicle, as is Aaliyah, and he, pulls out a seat for you. Mirko.
Just kind of look at it. Hello. Sit down. Kind of look at them both. Shrug. Like I said, I'm desperate for money, so just give me whatever details you got.
I don't know how much of a humanitarian you are, but in addition to money, what you're stealing will help people.
Great. I'll be
We.
honest, I don't really give a shit.
All right. Well, then I'll just dispense with that. We're going to need you, or whoever we end up hiring, to steal from the Latter-day Syndicate the cure.
Declaration of Independence.
The cure for the cordyceps fungus.
Is this the same cure that Vincent is working on? Or is that for a different disease?
That's for a different disease.
Oh, okay.
Similar concept, but different delivery method.
Got it. Cure for disease.
Yes, I don't know if you know your history. You weren't a particularly good student. But the Gerardans have been quarantined for the past 15 years. The Latter-day Syndicate, who originates on Gerada, would like to keep it that way. Because as of now, Jebediah Holmes is the leader of the Latter-day Syndicate as the only apostle off-planet.
While he's kind of like talking to me, I'm going to kind of check out for a second and try and talk to Josie mentally, obviously. And just be like, search for my brother. And just zone back in. I'm like, listen, there's two things I want right now. Money and to know where my brother is. So give me one of those or give me something according to those and I'll do whatever the hell you want me to do. I don't care about history. You know that. We've been there. We've been in classes.
It's good to see you haven't changed much. He gives you, with his compad, a location. If you're quick, your brother's there. As for payment, you need how much?
I mean, we need 80 million. Well, technically 75 million, but preferably 80 million. I will look at the compad and see where the location is real quick while he's debating over the 80 million price tag.
Right.
Because if it's on wherever we are, I am teleporting.
Okay. You look. It is on the station. Do you want to teleport now before he tells you what he'll give you?
Yeah.
Okay. So negotiations end.
I will
As-
as I go to teleport, I will send the mental image of it to Josie so that she knows where it is also, and just out of existence.
as Mirko pops out of existence, Comrade goes, "He's got the gun." Pull out and shoot the icicle.
Okay.
He just made him disappear. He's got the gun.
Okay, yeah. Roll to shoot.
Oh my
12.
god.
Paulus has AC 16.
Fuck me.
So yeah, you start shooting. Psychic stuff happens. They also try and leave. Mirko, you teleport to the other side of the station.
I don't want to teleport directly on him.
Right,
But,
but near the location.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your brother is at a he's waiting at the docking bay at a spaceship. He's with two other men. One of them is smoking. The other is just looking every now and then at his watch. And Hatham is pacing back and forth, kind of biting his nail.
Anxiously waiting for what is about to happen.
Anxiously waiting for whatever's going to happen. His other arms are just jammed in his pockets because he has 4 arms.
An option I did not take.
Yep.
Watching him, I'll just quickly come over to Val and be like, "Okay, you could come here, and this is where I am. I'm gonna need that big gun of yours."
Val's on her way.
Perfect. You said he's with 2 other guys?
He's with 2 other guys.
How armed does everyone look?
They are at the space dock, so they haven't been searched at all actually. So they're pretty well armed. They've got laser pistols or thermal pistols. They are armed. They are wearing armor as well. Comrade and Vincent. I guess I'll roll for Vincent. I'm gonna have you guys roll to keep Paulus occupied.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Hey,
This
hey,
would
is
be-
Paulus the one? Is Paulus the weird fish alien thing?
No, Paulus is an icicle alien that is a psychic.
But he's in a suit, right?
He is in a suit, but he's humanoid.
And that suit's tech.
What?
And that suit is tech.
That suit is tech.
Can I get to it?
You can try.
I'd love to roll for that.
All right.
Can I hold him down or something, and then Vincent can?
Just jack in. You're just gonna slowly melt this icicle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah, Kit, roll some sort of physical thing.
How about a punch?
Yeah, roll a punch check. All right,
12.
you got a 12 for punch. I'm gonna. Even with a -2, Vincent still gets an 11. All right. So the two of you
And that's what
are able
that is
to.
not good for reroll because I'm willing to risk a reroll to see if I can get a perfect.
All right. Let's roll again. It's 2. You got a 10. But yeah, you guys are able to keep Paulus and Aaliyah occupied while whatever's going on happens. This won't be, killing him, but this will be, wounding him, keeping him away, keeping him from messaging Hatham, and alerting him to Mirko's presence. So, Mirko and Val.
Sorry.
What do you do?
So, is Val here, or do I have some time before she
You have
shows
some
up?
time before, and then Val will show up.
Do I know how much time?
Is it just like around?
I mean, it'll be like as much time as you guys think is appropriate. Like maybe a minute for her to get from one side, or a couple minutes for her to get from one side of the station to the other.
I would probably wait just like a minute or two just to give her time to get closer.
Okay.
And then I would try and stealthily teleport behind him, but like sword ready, already coming down, basically.
Right.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah, basically. Except it's all personal.
Okay. Cool.
Mirko has literally never heard. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle.
I've always been outside the vehicle. Point in case by Vincent literally jettisoning me out of the vehicle.
I think there are assassin attack rules.
I know we homebrewed the silent teleportation.
Yes. But I think there's just like a form of attack that lets you just do more damage.
Hey, I'm sorry, I may have missed it. What happened with that suit?
This is to your point. My assassin.
Oh, sorry. Whoa.
On turn action and your point blank range attack made from surprise cannot miss the target.
Okay.
So,
so Victor, what happened is, you do hack in, you do hold him down, but it is temporary. The goal wasn't, kill him, otherwise we'd run a combat. The goal is keep him occupied so he doesn't tell Hatham that Mirko is on his way.
Roger, I would like to just assert control over the suit. Like, I want the control and link to be not temporary. I want to be in the code.
So the suit is mostly controlled by psychic power. There is very few actual electronics. Literally just the coolant system.
Okay, well, I'll be able to. I want to just maintain fuckery with the cooling system then.
Yeah. So for the time being, that's what you'll be doing. Oh, execution move.
Oh, is there an actual rule for it?
Yes, there's actual rules for it. Okay.
Oh, hot damn.
So setting up requires a full minute with a sniper drawing a bead on the target or the assassin drifting closer to an unexpected target. We have that. You have to be using an adequately lethal weapon. I believe the Sword of 1,000 Suns is adequately lethal. Once preparation is complete, the assassin may attack an adjacent target, or sniper may shoot. The target's AC is irrelevant, assuming the weapon is being used isn't too primitive to penetrate high-tech armor. It is not. A melee attack always hits, but the assassin must be adjacent to the target and cannot move to close on the same round. It must be adjacent and unsuspecting for the target.
For that entire minute.
If the attack hits, you deal maximum damage and the victim must immediately make a physical saving throw. at a penalty equal to the attacker's combat skill, or they will be mortally wounded on the spot.
Shit.
Cool. Some victims may be merely incapacitated instead if an outcome was intended and plausible. Oh, if such an outcome. Cool. So you
Gives you, like,
do what,
teleport
max
items
damage
for him.
to him, and he has to make a saving throw. What's your physical attack skill? Stab +1.
Yeah, I think.
All right.
Oh, because it's +1 for the sword, and then +2 for my attack bonus, and then +1 for stab. Got it.
Yeah, it's just the combat skill, so it's just the one.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
just
trying
making
to figure
sure.
out
Yeah.
how I had the +4.
I want to
on
give
the sword.
you whatever bonuses I can. All right. So, physical save. Did he pass?
Oh.
Nope.
Nope.
Cool. So, what happens?
I kind of sit there and watch him, and I pull out my sword and like get it ready for an attack, and I like lunge it forward, and as it's lunging forward, basically teleport, so the sword just like kind of appears going into him, and it's just like inside of his chest as I just appear behind him, and I'm just like, fuck you, and pull it out.
Dope. Yeah, he.
Wait, I'm now confused. Who just died? I thought you were keeping this guy alive.
Different guy. I'm across the space station.
All right.
So yeah, you plunge your sword through him. No way, through his heart. No way he survives this. And I'm saying this, he does not survive. I'm not going to pull a fast one and be like, oh, he actually has this. No, he is dead. And I guess you just get out of there.
I just like look at both the fucking guards real quick, and I'm just like, all right, thanks, and I teleport back to the cafe. And I just messaged Val. I'm like, it was a little bit easier than I thought. I'm back at the cafe already.
So you were always more talented than your brother. He was just more of a dick.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it helps when they just hand you his location. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. Oh my gosh.
Paulus wanted you to steal a thing for him.
Yeah, he really did. I'll just like sheath my sword as I'm like walking into the shenanigans that's happening, and I'm just like, oh, guys, we're good.
Now, I do want to make it clear, ladies and Alien Shard, we would maybe still be interested in pulling that caper.
Oh, yeah, 100% we will still be into doing
Yeah.
the heist.
We got nothing against you.
You guys paid up front with giving me that, so like,
Yeah.
good on you.
We'll rob what we can, and we're not going to charge you directly. Even Stevens.
Hell yeah. Thanks for your business.
I'll land another kick into his stomach and go, fascist.
Yeah, so he floats back into a standing position after you let him up. He's like,
I feel like they just have like a little splatter of blood on me, and I'm just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, his like suit faceplate opens, venting some steam to get some of the hot air out before closing up again.
Is the biggest cosmic comedy of Vincent and Comrade's connection that despite us hating each other, We relish in hurting others.
I'm just imagining in this cafe, you just see this guy like playing like a Game Boy on this guy's suit, and this big robot just continually kicking him in the chest.
I,
Yeah.
it's
Paulus,
truly what capitalism and communism ultimately are about.
Paulus looks at you as best as a sightless psychic icicle can. I misjudged you, Mirko.
Yeah, that's probably very true.
We will not be offering you this job.
Listen, we'll still steal it. Just saying. We,
If you
regardless of how
manage
you.
to pull it off, we would be willing to buy it. But we will not be
Oh,
sponsoring this.
that's fine. We offered that for free already. We already went through this. We knew we had the face on it. We talked about this already.
All right.
Also, your buy-in was his death. Bought in.
Absolutely. Yeah. All services charged already.
You've proven yourself untrustworthy. As much as
Oh,
a freebie would be nice, especially now, there is no guarantee that you'll stay true to your word.
Baby,
true.
baby, baby. Listen, we are not all here for the same reason. I am an uncommon kind of thief. Don't you worry. I do not play with my money. We are here because we are talented, and the reason you should tell us why and where it is just because if you don't, we're gonna get it anyway. We'll figure it out. So why not get in while it's still good? Because we gonna get it.
More importantly, we have bigger things to deal with right now. You know, impending doom.
Behemoths.
So we're gonna go deal with that, and then we'll deal with your disease.
Yeah, so Victor, just to keep you in the loop, I rolled a talk roll for you. You don't have the reroll right now because you just used it.
Yeah.
You got a 4, which is the lowest you can get,
I do have authority though.
and he does not accept your authority.
Damn.
He is, he goes off with Aaliyah, realizing he
You
should
are
have
you.
known better.
That he just super fucked up.
He's super fucked up. He got one of his agents killed.
But he
You gonna steal
definitely
that shit
just
anyway?
gained a very strong ally.
Yeah, like for fuck's sakes. I have just because this should have been a no-brainer for my end at least. They have comm pads on them, right?
You want to swipe
I could
one?
just search into some. I would just whether it's swipe one. I just want to scan through their information so we can just figure this out. Like I warned them.
Right.
We need the money.
Right. All right. Let's do a it's a sneak check.
And also the Mormons. Comrade, you still want to fuck up the Romans, right?
What's Paulus's notice?
I still want to fuck up their what?
The Mormons. You want to fuck up the Mormons, right, comrade? Ain't atheism a part of your communist plight?
In addition, they are hoarding a cure for a disease that is a humanitarian crisis.
Boom, that should be hitting all the buttons for you.
All right. So Vincent, you
Oh.
do manage to grab one of their devices. It is a burner phone, but there are some communications on it. There's a few records of like where this where this cure is. Um, Funnily enough, you've been there before.
Hmm.
Jebediah Holmes's hotel.
Ha.
Interesting.
That's where he operates the syndicate out of. That's where he, runs his church.
So there must be something of great importance in that building. And if we can get to that building, I can maybe do a little bit of a scan of my own, and we can maybe figure this out further. Are there any other clues?
That's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. But if you have got questions, I'll answer a few of them. Like over time, you don't have to come up with them now.
Okay.
Also, a weird and completely unrelated note to anything except for Mormonism. I actually live about 20 minutes away from Joseph Smith's birthplace.
Weird. I actually knew some Mormons in high school.
Yeah, there's a couple of Mormons
Isn't that a
around here.
KFC now?
No, any
Isn't that a KFC now? The one that used to be the Mormon dude's place?
No. I mean, it might be, but his actual birth home is a museum. It's right by the place where the John Deere dealership.
Okay.
It's where I go to get my tractor's tires fixed.
Cool.
Yeah. Now that I've gotten murder out of my system, I'm just gonna casually take Josie's hand and walk away. And I will just be like, it was so cool and so worth it. Just like kind of under my breath as we're walking away.
Yeah. I think that would be a good spot to end today's session. We can go over goals and like give out experience points, and also write it. Everyone should like tell me who they're messaging and what they want to send over the next time. Hopefully, we play within the next 2 months and not the next 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have a ton of contact, like people we can talk to.
I mean, you don't have like names of specific people, but you do have organizations you can contact. Like, Vincent wants to send a message to the Sauri Independence Movement. Val obviously can send a message to the Phoenix. What was the other ones?
I'll send a message to the neo-feminists and the Fan Kui Labor Union.
Yeah, there's the labor union. There are the various other corporations.
I would also like to send a message to my homie Achilles,
Yes.
so that he can get access to those bombs as well. Because I think it would be good to have a criminal syndicate who has the advantage of being able to really fuck with the Empire.
Right. Yeah, so there are definitely messages to send out, but I understand that like maybe you don't have like the exact wording of what you want to send out right now.
It's also just that I don't know who can arrive that soon.
Well, aren't we mostly just asking them for money?
I get.
Yeah, money.
Loans and whatnot to make sure we can get this station and get it into weaponized order before Behemoth comes.
That is the goal.
Yeah, I mean, who is in charge of the station at the moment? Like,
There is the I mean, there is a corporation that runs this. It's the shipyard.
mhm.
I mean,
I'm
the board of directors for the Funkley shipyard is in charge.
but I guess I'm just thinking how viable it might be to just go in there and just start making changes and see who tries to stop us kind of stuff. Just like straight up just be like, all right, now we need defenses over here and this needs to be repaired and over here.
I mean, that's basically what Comrade's gonna do. He's just gonna roll up and be like, "Free your shackles. Here we go."
I mean,
Communism.
I guess you're right.
Well,
I mean,
and that
Oh,
was
I guess.
sort of our original plan with going up to Helen Zhang and being like, "Hey,
Mhm.
there's a fucking huge problem. We need this space station for a while."
I would be pretty. Oh,
What?
What's up, Vic?
oh, I interrupted you by mistake. My bad.
Oh no, I was done. You're good.
Oh, I would be very down actually to stoke insurrection amongst the people. If because I'll be very efficient at that, and it'll be technically morally okay, or at least dubious, and it's progress.
It is dubious.
um,
Hello,
Hello?
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I lost you for a second.
Okay. So, Mirko,
That's me.
I see you added discover more about ghosts. I like that.
Thank you.
Fight people stylishly. You fucking killed your brother. Hell yeah.
I fucking stabbed him through the chest. I don't know if it's necessarily a fight as an execution, but I'll take
It's
it.
definitely stylish.
Just
I'd also say you basically kept everyone else out of harm's way. Like, Val was on her way, and was like ready to be backup, but then you ended up not needing backup.
I was not expecting to just so easily, like a butter, just.
I mean, them's the rules.
Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget what type of character I created.
Yeah.
yeah, the monster.
I know.
So I'd
You're
say
so team punk energy, you forget you're not scrawny.
yeah.
I am.
I'd say take 2 experience points.
I'll definitely take that. Oh, that was great.
I'd say Comrade, I don't think you met any of your goals.
I am certainly working on him,
Yes.
but not yet.
But yeah. Protect the ship. Work towards filling. Power the crew. Train strike team. I don't feel like Valentine did any of her goals either.
I mean, yeah, this was more of a session where I was like stepping aside, letting the like Val has good strategy brain and tactics brain, but not as great administrative brain.
Right.
And so she knew when to step aside. So like there might be a like argument to be made for helping and empowering them partially by doing that, because it's like the thing that people say, like the knowing when not to play an instrument in a band is just as useful as knowing when to. And also because he was gonna back up Mirko
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
fight.
Yeah, I'd say
Um,
then take an experience point for sure. And then where's Vincent? I'm gonna say. Okay. Tiny long cons.
I've been on
You've
that.
been
I've been on
definitely.
that game.
Yeah. I'm thinking like this is where this is paying off. Like you're getting money from the NFTs. You're getting money from Achilles. You are presumably going to be getting money from the Saudi independence movement.
Friendship pays off.
Yeah, I'm going to say you take an experience point and then also take the 3 that are in your, like, the bank.
Fuck yes. Ooh.
So that puts you at
I
31.
think I'm gonna get this many experience points via these intentions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I think this was like a good session to like get us back into thinking about what we're doing, because again, we haven't played in 8 months, and that is, you know,
These are gonna be the most ethical. Once we get this ship, we're gonna follow behemoths. Make planets pay us to defeat them. We don't totally cripple their economy. We make out like bandits, but we don't make more behemoths because that would be too far down the line. We don't do that. We just
right.
wipe them out because we can make money off of this stupid situation because it's getting in the way of my actual goals.
Yeah, extort, but don't, breed snakes to then kill them.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, oh, that was me
Yeah.
dropping my phone. Oh shit. Oh, I was running low, so I'm charging at one of these city stations.
Oh, cool.
I forgot I was plugged in. I tried to walk away. Uh, Christ. What?
I forget. Oh yeah, you're not creating, the snakes for the bounty. You're just killing the snakes.
Well, no, I think it's more like ethical harvesting, right? Why would you ever completely kill off your crop? You gotta resow for the next season.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like it's been 8 months since we played, but I feel like it also, because the campaign has been going on for so long, it feels like no amount of time at all. Also,
Right.
like it's simultaneously like.
And also like it's been because we've been busy.
Yes.
Like there's always been
Yeah.
a reason we haven't played. It's not that we just forgot.
I am the busiest right now that I have ever been in my life.
All right.
Same. It is terrible.
Yeah. So, but hopefully we can play again soon.
Yeah, I will
And
organize y'all, and hopefully either later this month or next month,
mhm.
and we can actually do like 12 a year instead of 1.
Yes.
Yeah.